And where I am now, protesters have started assembling. Watch around me. You have a number of protesters and children. The parents, they've all assembled here. There are youth who are standing all over this, all around here, waiting to protest. Some of these roads have now been barricaded. So you look at the protesters, they are here in numbers, health workers who are there, and this is the road that's been barricaded completely. And there on the other side, you have ambulances that are lined up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ambulances already lined up here, because anytime now with protesters assembling here, they will try and march towards that Israeli settlement that you see behind me. That wall, behind that wall is the Israeli settlement, and this is where the protesters come in large numbers to protest. That is where the moment they come, as the Israelis put it, dangerously close to that fence, the Israeli security forces, they either fire tear gas shells or open fire with rubber bullets. The protesters here, of course, say that there are times that real bullets have also been used injuring people. In fact, it's not just that. The apprehension amongst the Israeli forces is that a very large number of Hamas fighters have infiltrated in this area, and this is where there is another pocket of resistance that is building up. Now, Israel wants to stop that, and that is why it's targeting some of these youth here. But not everybody in this part of Palestine wants to take on the Israeli forces. In fact, they are actually saying that they'd rather live in peace, they'd rather live in harmony and hope for a peaceful negotiated settlement. But Hamas, of course, is making deeper inroads, is the apprehension. But for Israel, the second front is already the Israel-Lebanon border. In fact, just about an hour ago, Israeli forces used airstrikes to target some of the Hezbollah strongholds. Israel says that Hezbollah fighters had targeted some of their posts, destroyed some of their communication equipment. Based on very specific intelligence, they mounted a swift counterattack. India Today's Ashraf Vani is on ground zero in Lebanon, and he's filed this report.
We are in a defended position, we are in a safe position a little bit, but just 50 meters away from us, between these two sides, continuous exchange of fire there. We are able to watch it because of the height we have. Look, again, machine gun fire. This was machine gun fire. Like continuous machine gun fire. You can see tracers going. Continuous fire, continuous. Machine gun and arty fire. Look, from both sides. Both sides.
The exchange of fire on the Lebanon border is getting more regular. A sign that Israel could have to contend with a two-front war if it goes ahead with its ground invasion of Gaza. Many Hezbollah locations in South Lebanon have already been damaged in Israel's mortar shelling. Hezbollah too is striking back at Israeli army's positions from South Lebanon.
This tension is not only restricted to the land, but the Hezbollah fighters on Thursday fired a missile on the naval base in the Mediterranean Sea at Nakura, which is also behind me, visible in the visuals. There was not any report of damage in that naval base of Israel in the Mediterranean Sea.
While Hamas continues to remain a major threat, the Israeli Defense Force has warned the Lebanon-based Hezbollah group to stay away from the ongoing war.
So right now we're still striking Hamas infrastructure and senior leadership in Gaza. We are very, very determined. We're acting based on intelligence and slowly going after Hamas targets. And we're going to get to each and every one of them. We've asked civilians to move south from Gaza City, south of Wadi Gaza. We've declared a safe zone in the Moassi on the beach. And we are moving on our operational planning.
In some parts of Lebanon, civilians have already been evacuated in anticipation of hostilities.
This town with the red rooftops, this is Metula, and if you see the tower behind this, single big tower, high tower, that is Lebanon. And you can see the signboard saying Metula that side. So the Metula is there, and just 50 meters from there, the Lebanese territory starts, and that big tower or building you see, white building, is in Lebanon.
The US Embassy in Lebanon has already urged its citizens to make plans to depart as soon as possible. clashes at the Israel-Lebanon border have now raised fears of a wider war. With Gaurav Sawant, Rajesh Pawar and Ashraf Wani, Bureau Report, India Today.